for the whole world to see. I want fire for the whole world to see. So the concept of this song, Set Me on Fire, a famous preacher, I think once said, if you set me on fire, the whole world will come to watch me burn for you. So set me on fire is like, Lord, fill me passion, like Jeremiah, that it would be burning in my bones, that this gospel message, this good news, this life that you don't have to have, you don't have to live depressed. You don't have to try and be like everybody else. You don't have to try to be like the famous guy on TV. God made you for a purpose and a destiny, and there are people that are waiting for you to walk in Christ, and you have the key to unlock something maybe in their lives. But if you don't ever walk in your own destiny and you're trying to be like everybody else, then you'll never unlock that person's heart. This song is actually a remake of a song that I did called Burn, a rock heavy worship song called Burn. And in the original song, it has one rap verse, and I just thought it would be really cool to turn it into more of a rap song instead of a rock worship ballad, and add another rap verse to it, which I did in verse 2, and just kind of go from there. Anytime I'm doing drums, a lot of times with my hip hop, I'm thinking, Tarzan. I love the soundtrack to Tarzan. They just killed the drums in that song, and it just gives you that African, tribal jungle music type of feel to it. I like to try to combine like that type of epic drums with, the Motown feel that I grew up on, which is, Motown music, soul music. Combining those together is just awesome to me. Also on this song, you'll notice like these almost like monastery, like monks. It sounds like monks, with cloaks singing in a monastery, and just harmonizing all that together with those tribal drums in the background. When you write a rap, you need to write it as if this could be your last rap ever. And that's a lot of times what I think of when I'm writing a rap. It's like the whole message in a bottle thing. If this was the last words that you left the earth with, what would you be telling them? And a lot of times it has to do with the gospel message, of course, because that's what I want the world to know, the good news of Jesus Christ. And so just putting that into different flavors, for this one, the words are, I want all you have that can fit in this heart. I used to sit in the dark, now I spit for you, Lord. To the kids of this generation, thinking Jesus is so far, schools teaching he's garbage when he's the answer we sought. I want all you have that can fit in this heart. I used to sit in the dark, now I spit for you, Lord. To the kids of this generation, thinking Jesus is so far, schools teaching he's garbage when he's the answer we sought. When we're bleeding, needing a father, he's the father of all of us. For St. Paul and Barnabas, he created every part of this. Set me on fire for the whole world to see. I want You know, one of my favorite lines that I ever wrote is actually on this song toward the end of the first verse, where I say, "This is not a farce or a show I'm putting on for your pleasure. He's my greatest treasure, and I will die for him, yes sir. Doesn't matter the pressure I get from a Nebuchadnezzar or a liberal professor. To live is Christ, to die is gain forever. Set me on fire." Check it out.
This is not a farce or a show I'm putting on for your pleasure. He's my greatest treasure, and I will die for him, yes sir. Doesn't matter the pressure I get from a Nebuchadnezzar or a liberal professor. To live is Christ, to die is gain forever. Set me on fire for the whole world to see. It's my one desire for you to shine, shine in me.
So as the second verse on this song comes in, I'm always thinking in my head as a producer, how can I change the beat up? How can I make it more interesting? You know, how can I keep it engaging, constantly changing? You know, some rap songs are just, you know, 3 verses, three choruses, and that's it. And for me, that doesn't work. You know, I want it constantly changing. I want it melodic. I want, you know, those epic drums and changing back and forth. So as the second verse starts, I actually bring in some harder guitars, and what you'll see right here. Check it out. Now, halfway through this second verse, I actually bring all of the music, so it's going hard with the guitars, the drums, and I bring it back down into those monks at the monastery. Harmonizing, and you know, it's intentional not just to change the music up, but for that part to bring the focus back to the lyrics, which are talking about Jesus and how really, like, just so we don't forget how amazing and unbelievable it was what he did on the cross.
There he was, carrying the cross and our shame, an innocent lamb walking up to be slain for the sins of the people so they could be saved. Though they didn't want it, they were cursing him as he came. We all are responsible for ripping his flesh, and yeah, he didn't say, "Father, I'm not doing this for them." Can you imagine Jesus on his way up to Golgotha, decides we're not worth it and just drops that cross, and he would be completely justified in his decision, but instead he exemplified love to give us vision. He gave us an example of how we should be living. So stop being offended, you gave up your rights as Christians.
And then the last part of this song, I just drop it back down into the chorus. Bring everything, the culmination, and then bring it back down into the chorus to close it out. Check it out.
Set me on fire for the whole world to see. It's my one desire for you to shine, shine in me. Set me on.
Hope you enjoy the track. Set Me on Fire.